Alright, this is a full moon reading for Taurus. Um, it's a full moon, worm moon, and also a lunar eclipse in Libra. It's going to be happening on March 25th at 3 in the morning, so it's going to be exciting. Usually lunar eclipses and stuff like this usually talk about growth, balance, and intuitions or ambitions, so it depends where exactly you are in the world. Okay. Trying to get a few cards so that we can do the reading and have cards. So we have Lily, we have spiritual love, the Lily here, we have flowers, happiness, and we have the ant, work and achievement and success. Okay, so reactive pattern or fear rising for healing. We have psychic ability. You might have a little bit of a psychic ability depending on the placement of water signs in your chart. A lot of people have water signs in the 5th house, or they have water signs in the 12th house, which would make them have psychic abilities. There's other placements that could be good as well if it's like near a moon or it's near a Jupiter sign as well. So depending on where it's actually set in your chart, it could have that effect too. Alright, then we have the sun. The sun is self-expression. What are you expressing at this time? Could be stress. You could be having to do a lot in very short amounts of time per day, and you're just like you need relaxation, and it could be time to voice that and be like, I need time to rest and like rejuvenate, become myself again so that I can handle some of these things, that type of thing. Alright, then we have the moon, because we are dealing with a lunar eclipse. So the moon expressions that are closely connected to illumination. So this is what's going to be highlighted under this moon, and it's going to be conformity. I feel like you kind of don't like conformity a lot. You kind of want enough room to move around and be yourself, as well as get stuff done that you need done. I feel like conformity kind of makes it so that you feel like you're in a box. And, Taurus is like to kind of be in the action and be around and be able to do their own thing when they want to. They're not the type of people that like to be conformed to a particular type of situation. They want to kind of feel out the day and be like, I have to do this, this, and this. They have their own schedule. So you want to have your schedule back where you can kind of go out for your favorite food and then pick up the kids at school or daycare or whatever. And then, just clean the house if you want. I mean, some people don't like cleaning the house. Maybe you hire a maid or something. But yeah, you kind of want to get into a motion that makes you feel better about yourself and your situation. I feel right now you kind of feel like you're either trapped or you're stuck and you just don't want to be in that energy anymore. So we have how your reactivity has been blocking your self-expression. Like I said, there's sadness here, and you just want to kind of be free to do your own thing, not feel like you're anchored down, stuff like that. So you might want to express these things to your partner or anybody who's able to help you out of a situation, maybe compromise with you or something. And compromise is a crazy word, right? But I feel like it's a big one, especially for the situation you might be going through. You might want to compromise so that you have time to relax. What's releasing this block you will achieve? We have deepening existing relationships. Also, having a bond with your friendship. I feel like you might have changed. You might have had a kid. You might have got married. You might have moved. And that could have been a big thing where it kind of changed your interaction with your friends and your like foundational friends. The foundational friends is like friends, family members, your pets, your environment. Like, you don't feel like you belong in your own environment, maybe, and then you might have to cleanse that. You might have to talk to a therapist. You might have to go to counseling. You might have to get certain things off your chest that need to be talked about. You might go to marriage counseling or relationship counseling, depending on if you need that type of thing. And therapy is good for anybody. I mean, you can go every day and feel better about, like, associating yourself with day-to-day activities afterwards. Um, or writing in your journal all the time, or just having 5 minutes to relax. 5 minutes is plenty. Um, Anything more than that, you're being spoiled. I'll be honest with you. Me, myself, and I'm kind of a workaholic, and I work with my cats. I work with some other things I'm doing, and I'm also building something. So yeah, I'm spread a little thin at the moment, but I also take time to meditate for 5 minutes so that I can feel like I'm in control, so I don't feel like I have to drop everything and, like, have a breakdown or something. You have to understand your threshold trauma. Your threshold trauma is, do I have trauma in my life? Have I experienced trauma? And how would I deal with that on a normal basis? And what do I have to do to make myself feel better about a trauma breakdown or panic attack or something to that effect that would allow me to function again without really totally stopping or totally putting down everything and not yelling at people or putting them down as a reactive type of dis, which we all have that type of reaction dis because we feel like we're unprotected or we feel vulnerable. You have to know that threshold. You can't throw your trauma on somebody else, but sometimes we do that and we feel bad about it. So you have to understand what exactly would happen if you go through a trauma panic attack where you kind of throw your trauma onto somebody else, or act out certain principles of your own trauma onto somebody else. You have to know that threshold, and therapists usually help you with that, where it breaks down the inner struggle, which is good. Anyway, Taurus, hopefully this helps you out and it gets you through a lot of trauma. I feel like when you go through depression or sadness or a low point in your life, you feel like you can't do everything, but you feel like you have to, which is not true. You have to take care of major things first. Things that you yourself couldn't live without, like clean clothes, paying bills, things to that effect. It's maintaining, basically. The maintenance has to be done every day. The preparation and stuff doesn't have to be done. You can go out to, like, dinner, you can hire a maid, you can do all that shit too, but you do have to do maintenance work to some degree. You have like a 2% degree of doing that every day, okay? Which would be healthy. It's healthy to do a little bit of maintenance work to make sure that you yourself are able to do it in a pinch if you need to. And to relearn certain things. A lot of times people feel trapped because they're not learning anything new. You might have to take courses on learning new things that you may be experiencing in your life and how to do that in a more alert fashion. A lot of things, like, it hits you and you're like, I should have took a course on this because now that I know everything, I feel like I could run a course myself, that type of thing. But I feel like you might need the education to do certain things that have changed in your life now, which it's interesting, but it's just an upgrade. It's a mental upgrade because sometimes we go through things that make it traumatic and then we forget things that we should have always known, that type of thing where you have like a lesion of memory loss. But yeah, you do need to rediscover that, relearn things, and re-educate yourself in certain things that you may have not thought about that was important, and it is important now, and then you just had to relearn it. So education could be a good thing too, where you feel like you're doing something dutiful for yourself as well as for other aspects of your life. Okay? Anyway, I will see you in the next reading. Hopefully this helped you out in some way, shape, or form. I know you're going through a lot. Take care of yourself. Take care of everyone. Most of all, take care of yourself. You might need a spa day or a day off, like, honestly. But make sure you do that. Make sure you learn something every day so it gets you out of a depression thing, because I myself deal with depression too. But if I'm learning something, I get excited about the next day of learning it, you know? It keeps my mind off of other things. And I get excited about doing stuff. I get excited about telling people about it, and it increases my experience in the world and my interactions with people and places and things. Okay. Anyway, I'll see you later, okay?